exit looks clear. Stay behind the line. The brake temperatures are low. We need to get some heat into them. Okay, Clay. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left. Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag in sector 2. We think that Edward has stepped in. Green flag in sector 1. Green flag in sector 2. Track temperature is increasing. It's now 34 Celsius. Fastest lap for Smith, 141.93.
And Dan saw. Said. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
New fastest lap for Morrow, 137.88.
Dan Sock, how's it going?
Yellow flag. We think that Edward has crashed. Sector 2 is now green.
Made the tires red hot.
Yellow flag. Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace. We think Edward has gone off. Green flag in sector 3.
Not going to be good.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. P2. Sector 3 is 0.42 off the pace. That's a new fastest lap for Morrow, 137.34. Yellow flag, caution. The car ahead has just done a 137.39. Green flag, sector 1. Sector 1 is quick. Yellow flag, sector 3. Clear right, yellow flag sector 2. Okay, Clay, you picked up a bit of aero damage. Sector 3 is clear, green flag. That's the end of the session, P3.
I still feel pretty good about my chances. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless, one of the man, Lincoln Clay. We are back for a live stream of LeMans Ultimate. We got a new set of daily races. This time we are doing GTEs at Fuji. So I was practicing before I went live, and I was very, very happy with my lap time. I turned in a 1:37 flat. And one session that I was watching with Ghost Viper, he turned into 137.3, but the fastest lap was a 135.9, which meant I was pretty much 1 second off of that pace. So I was very happy with that. Normally with my brakes, you know, with my pedals, you see where my foot is right there on the brake pedal. The way I have them calibrated, I always fear locking up the brakes. So I calibrated them as such where by the time you apply 100%, you pretty much stomped a hole in the ground. That's how much pressure you have to put on it. I changed it because last week, those races at Monza, just something was not right. So I recalibrated the brakes, and I am happy with the way the car is stopping. But if I use too much pressure, the tires will heat up and the car will slide. So, but I was very, very happy with that 137 flat that I turned in. And the next lap, I was actually like about 3/10 faster. So I think I might have been on my way to turn in like a 137, I'll be at 136.7, 136.8.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
So definitely happy with
Your
that.
exit is clear, your brakes are cold, take it easy.
Out there and make it happen.
Sector 1 is yellow. We can see Julian spinned it, E2. Sector 1 is clear. That's the end of the session, E2.
Oh, I thought we was still quali. Okay. Let's get out there and do our thug thizzle. So I come into this session ranked number 4. If I can do the 137s, if I can do low 137s, 137 flat, high 136s, I think I'll be able to. Yeah, I think I'll be all right.
Your exit's clear. Don't cross the white line. Okay, Clay. We've got 4 minutes to get a decent lap in. We've got cold brakes all round. 2 minutes to go, 2 minutes. That's a new fastest lap for Duval, 137.72.
136.7, huh?
P6. Sector 3 times okay.
Ah!
Sector 1 is 0.31 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.38 off the pace. The guy in front has just done a 137.07. That's the end of the session. 10th position.
Okay, so this is going to be a 20-minute race. I was turning in a 140, so I think we're going to need to do about 14 laps. Yeah, and those tires are worn out pretty quick. Teams and drivers.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
So we got 14.2 laps. Yeah, we'll leave it there. I'm wondering.
MR617 Bean said, "Back to the Quest Pro."
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if that was the smart move, but Because I really wore the shit out of that left front tire.
Started.
So with this medium on here, if I can maintain low 147s with this medium tire on here, I'll be all right. Means 137s, I'm sorry. Qualified 13th, oh my God.
Green flag.
Clear left. Clear left. Clear left. Well done, Clay. Good start. Clear left. Clear left. Flag. Sector 3 is now clear. Next car is Carlos. Just done at 138.19. And the car ahead is just done at 137.59.
Oh boy. Did I ever mess up there?
gap to silver. Behind is now 0.31. Alright Clay, the next car is Marshall.
Okay.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. It looks like Wonk has gone off.
If you get past me, I'm just gonna do it right back to you.
15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes. The leader's just done it, 137.42. Car right. Clear right. Come on man, defend harder. Yellow flag. It looks like Asemi has spun off. The guy in front is silver. Yellow flag in sector 1. Sector 1 is now green. Right side's clear. Fastest lap for Souza, 137.02. On your right, clear right. Green flag, sector 2. Okay, Clay, the next car is Huber. Clear left. Yellow flag, don't let him get away. Green flag, sector 2. We think Enrique has binned it. Incident in sector 2, yellow flag, V12. It looks like Duval has spun off. Is Martins. Looks like P6 has binned it. Green flag sector 3. Clear left.
RSR Eric B. the Realist said, "What's up at Lincoln Clay VR?"
Mr. Realist, how you doing?
Green flag sector 2. 8th place.
RSR Eric B. the Realist said, "What's up, Chad?"
What an idiot.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Sector 1 is green.
Now I got all kinds of damage.
RSR Eric B. the Realist said, I'm doing good.
Good to hear, my guy. Damn, I am all over the place.
Sector 3 is now yellow. We think Martins has binned it. Green flag, Sector 3. Alright, Clay, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. We're at the halfway point. The gap to Ace behind is now 0.5. Car ahead is Cuba.
God, dog.
The gap to Wong behind is now 0.9. Car right side's clear. Come on, Clay. Keep pushing. We might get him back. front is now 0.7. The car ahead is long. That's 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes. Okay, Clay, come on, stay focused. Apexes and exits, apexes and exits. P9.
Tires is about gone.
The gap to P10 behind is now 1.1 seconds.
Losing a lot of time.
The guy ahead's lap time is at 1:37.06. Sector 3 is 1.3 off the pace. To go, 2 minutes. Sector 3 is 1.2 off the pace.
Oh my God. got no grip.
One more lap to go. Your lap times are dropping off. Come on, you can do better than this.
Think I ain't figured that out yet, Jim?
Attention to track limits. Please, Clay, don't be intimidated. Keep them behind you. Okay, pit stop requested. E9. There's the finish. Good drive.
That was absolute trash. I will not do that strategy again. And right there, 137 flat was the fastest lap. Yeah, them tires went quick. Let's get registered for the next race. I'm probably going to get knocked down to bronze because of this. Yep, back to bronze. They need to turn that leaderboard back on. So, do I recognize any of these names? Excuse me.
DJ_Stevens said, "Yo, yo.
What's up, DJ? You are ranked higher than me now, my brother. I just got knocked back down to bronze." Ooh. Well, at least that go round, I'm not gonna holler about coming into that session ranked fourth. Based on the lap times that I saw, I thought I'd be able to finish in the top 5. Nah, that's not worth my trouble. Oh, excuse me. No weekly race? No. Yeah, that's only one time the silver rank, so I don't even know if I consider that worth it. Wait a minute, hold on. I just saw somebody in there. But he's P2. That's my friend Darkensaw, Brandon Massey. He loves P2 though. I'm just not feeling the P2s. If he would have been doing GT3s, then yeah, I would have jumped in there. Oh, excuse me. All right, guess we can get ready. Okay, now they got me ranked 11. So, basically, a top 10 finish will put me right back to silver.
Exit's clear. We've got cold brakes all round. Be careful. Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to go. Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. We think Munoz has crashed. Green flag Sector 1. into the sector 2 yellow flag. That's the end of the session. You 4.
Okay. So for that corner, I'm going to have to stop a little bit earlier.
Pit exit is clear. Push now. We've got 4 minutes to settle up. Your brakes are cold. Be careful. Clear right. Clear left. E8. Car right, clear right. That's 2 minutes left. On your clear left.
That's going to break my back.
New fastest lap for EVO 137.33. E10.
That was dog shit.
Fastest lap for Carlos 136.19. Sector 1 is 0.8 off the pace.
Now I'm locking up the wheels too much.
That's the end of the session, V14.
So now I'm locking up the wheels and don't feel it. Oh my Lord. The turn where I pretty much gave up at, it swings around, but it's going downhill as it's curving around to the left. And the car just felt like it just like went off a cliff and just went down a sheet of ice. So I might have to go back and recalibrate the or change my settings in the sim hub for my
drivers go to the grid for a race start.
For my base shakers, because I did not feel the wheels lock up. Oh, 12.7, holy shit. And go back and change that right now.
DJ_Stevens said, "Hey man, I'm back to bronze as well. Did the Super 60 and got 7% NP3. This game is very stingy with giving out points."
I think Crooked GT said it best. It was like, when you do good, it seems like you only get like 5%. When you do bad, it seems like they take 10 or 15 from you. So yeah, in that sense, that's exactly what it feels like. When you do good, it feels like you take one step forward. When you do bad, it feels like you take 3 steps backwards. So it's like, it seems like if it only takes me one race to fall back to bronze, it seems like it takes me 2 or 3 good races to get back to silver. And it's like, when I do get back to silver, it's just barely silver. And then the other part is, quali is such a big part of the rank.
Green flag.
DJ_Stevens
Yellow,
said,
right side's clear.
"Quali really shouldn't affect the results. It should be where you finish in according to where you're expected to finish."
Yeah, and then
DJ_Stevens
Just ignore it.
said, "It's like the quali is more important than finishing results."
that's what it feels like.
Incident in Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow. We think Emmanuel has gone off.
I have to get past this dude.
Incident in Sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow. It looks like Quinn has gone off. Sector 2 is now green. Looks like P2's gone off. Sector 3 is clear.
He just wanted to ruin everybody's race because he went off.
Okay, Clay, the next car is Tommy. The leader has just done a 136.30. Yellow flag. We think that Tommy has binned it. The bodywork's in pretty bad shape. We might need to fix that. The car in front of us is Quinn. Green flag Sector 3. Okay, pit stop requested. Car in front is Grenza.
That time was a 2:26.29.
Fuel 48 seconds?
All right, Clay, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes. The car in front is pitting. In fact, it is clear. Don't cross the line. You've got cold brakes all round. Sector 2 is now yellow. We think that Munoz has spun off. Green flag, Sector 2. mediums.
That time was a 2.
That's last.
5.
Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow. Green flag in Sector 3. Yellow flag in Sector 2. Green flag Sector 2. Okay, Clay, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. You're halfway home. Sector 1 is green.
Time 1:38.
17th place. Yellow flag Sector 3. Go flag sector 2. There's the checkered flag. That's disappointing.
I really don't even care about the crash. The guy in front of me was slow. He wasn't going to move over, so I was looking for any which way I could to get past him. And the corner where I hit him, he was going slow and he was braking harder than I anticipated. None of that bothers me. When you play basketball, any of you play basketball, you had that moment where they say you're in the zone, where it's like you hit it and just whoosh, and it just goes right in and you ain't even thinking about it, where everything just falls right into place and it just feels natural. And then you shoot that one shot where it's going to go in the rim and then it rings around the rim and then pops out. From there, you start making these little micro corrections in your shot. And before you know it, now instead of hitting the rim, you're clanking off the backboard, you're missing the rim altogether. Sim racing can feel like that. Before I went live, and I swear to you, I turned in a 137 flat. The next race, the next lap, I think I was on pace to do about a 136.7 or a 136.8. That lap got interrupted because the practice session was over. So you fast forward to the first race I did, I turned in that 137.6. 0.6 off of the 137 flat that I did, but I was still okay with it because I thought that I would pick up the pace during the race. Then during the race, I got hit a few times, but I fell out of the 137s and fell all the way down to the 138s. Short story long, I have a bad habit. A habit that if I could, I would split myself in half and the angry side of me would come out and go choke the conservative side of me. Because I have a good lap. I think I got it figured out. Next lap might be 1 or 2 tenths slower. No big deal. The next lap after that is like a half a second slower. Now I'm getting concerned. So now I start the micro corrections, and then it makes it even worse. And then next thing you know it, I'm a whole second slower. I am trying to break that habit for the fucking life of me.
Toady and Mole said, "Did you have damage? It looked like you had to turn full lock to get round the corners."
Before I hit that guy, no, I didn't have any damage. And even after I got the damage, I came in and got the car repaired. And I found it out too late. One thing with this game is you can start the trail brake before you get to the corner, but you cannot trail brake. You know, like ACC. You start the trail brake, you can basically, the trail brakes on that game are so good that you could take the trail brake all the way to the apex and then release it. With this game, it seems like you have to release the trail brake. It's almost like you start the trail brake and then you have to release it. Because if you don't, for whatever reason, the cars go wide, at least with me. And then with this track, what I found it out the hard way, is that going downhill, trying to trail brake it around the corners, going downhill, you might as well be on ice. I figured it out.
Mole said, I can trail brake into the corner with the GTE Porsche.
I can trail brake too. It's just I can't hold the trail brake all the way through. You know, maybe, I don't know. Like maybe my braking point has something to do with it, but I hit my braking point, I trail brake into the corner, but then I have to release the trail brake just before I get to the apex.
Toady and Mole said, I rotates fine, but you need to be very light on the brake.
Mm-hmm. And in my case, I keep playing around with the brake mark. Some days I brake early and I lose time. So I start playing around and thinking, okay, I got to brake later. So now instead of braking at 150, I'm braking at 110. Now I'm in a situation where I have to hit the brakes harder than I want. And then there's a fine line with these GTEs between...
Toady and Mole said, so you may be carrying too much speed by the time you get to the apex.
That's possible, but it doesn't feel like it.
Toady and Mole said, I am able to stay on the brake all the way into the apex.
I'm going to give this one more try. And then once the tires start wearing out...
Toady and Mole said, if you are having to full lock to get it to turn, then the car does not want to rotate from the brake.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just trying to figure out what to add to that, because those last couple
Toady
of races.
and Mole said, it's tougher than ACC, but once it clicks it will feel natural.
But that's where I'm the problem. I'll do it to where it feels natural, and then I'll have a couple of laps where my lap times got slower. I'll turn in a really good lap. The next lap is like a quarter second slower. The next lap is like a half a second slower. And then from there, I start trying to make these micro adjustments. And then it actually makes things worse. And that's where I was using the basketball analogy, where when you're in the zone and you shoot and everything just goes in and it just feels natural, and you might hit like 7 shots in a row. That 8th shot, when you shoot it, it looks like it's going to go in, but it rims out. And now you start to try to make all these micro adjustments. And so now you went from swishing the ball in the net to clank, hitting the backboard, bouncing off the backboard. That was something that killed me in bowling. I bowled on a bowling league for about, I think 15, 20 years. And a couple of those years, I started out with a 200 average. But what I just described right there got me week after week after week. I would put a ball right on the money, and it looks like it's going to be a strike, and it would leave the 10 pin. And that shit would mess with my mind. And it would cause me to throw the ball off, and I would miss the 10 pin. 7 pin. I'm so scared of putting too much hook on the ball and it going into the gutter that I don't put enough hook on the ball and it slides around the outside of the pin. It's almost, sometimes it feels like a play not to lose mentality. And I think when you come in with a play not to lose mentality, it spells doom. You will certainly lose. And it's stuff like this. It's stuff like this that makes me say, okay, I need to take a break from sim racing. Get away from it. Get all these micro corrections out of my head. Take some time away
Toady
for
and
it.
Mole said, try not to focus on braking but keep looking at that apex. You are in VR, so you should be able to keep looking at that apex and you will get that speed rolled off.
Mm-hmm.
You can get that money shot.
Yeah, I know what I got. I know what I would say about that, but it's basically programming myself to lose. Yeah, if this ends up being a shitty race, I might end up hanging this one up. I know one of those turns I'd know for a fact that I'm braking late, but it's just a habit that I can't seem to break. Now I'll show it to you when I get in there.
Toady and Mole said, just give yourself a reset. I find racing with the AI and follow them into the apex as close as possible without overtaking. Just focus on keep the car on the bumper of the AI and get feel for brakes.
I actually might have to do something like that. I might even have to go back to the train. I might even have to go back to training wheels and turn on the assist line so I can see exactly where I'm supposed to hit it at. But
All clear. Push now.
that would be a blow to my pride.
Your brakes are cold. We need to get some heat into them. Minutes to go. 2 minutes.
Now this corner right here, I seem to hit this one just fine every time.
Toady and Mole said, there is no harm in that.
That felt pretty good. Ooh, that lockup. Oh, right there. I tried to trail break it and hold it, and it went wide.
Quickest overall. That's the end of the session. You won.
What is this? Okay, so the first race, I come in there ranked 4th. Have a bad race. Second race, I come in ranked 11th. I have a bad race and I quit that race. That's supposed to devastate your driving rating. But I come in here, I quit a race and I come in here ranked 9th? What the hell is this?
Exit looks clear. Okay, Clay, you've got 4 minutes to do the business. Your brakes are cold, be careful. 18th. That's 2 minutes left, 2 minutes. New fastest lap for Frederick, 137.59. Fastest lap for Carlos, 135.85.
Oh shit, 135.85. Holy moly.
That's a new fastest lap for Carrasco, 135.74.
That time was a 1:37.9.
Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
Toady and Mole
Sector 2 is 2/10 off the
said,
pace.
"Whole moly 35s, they are crazy fast."
Yeah.
That's the end of the session, V14.
Time 1:37.39.
Heesh. We do a 137.5, 137.5.
Toady and Mole said, "Nice, you are back into the 37s.
Yeah, I had to brake a little bit earlier. There was a couple of times where the car was about to go
Teams
wide,
and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
and I had to apply the brakes even harder just to keep the racing line. 13.5. This must be a slower. Oh. 13.5. Frederick. Yeah, that guy, Brett Frederick, that's up there in 6th place. I've had a few run-ins with him. He's a little bit faster than me.
Formation lab has started.
His pace is respectable, but he's aggressive and a little bit reckless.
Toady and Mole said, "Good luck with your race.
Thank
I
you,
have
sir.
to go.
All right, thanks
Stay
for
calm
popping
and
in.
just have fun. That is what is most important."
We'll do our best. Thanks.
Green, let's go, let's go. Yellow flag, keep your wits a car right, you're right. We can see Frederick has been dead. You've had quite a lot of aero damage. You might need to come in and get it fixed. Okay, Clay, let's see what we can salvage from this, mate.
Toady and Mole said, "God damn it." Toady and Mole said, "That was ridiculous." Toady and Mole said, "You were super safe."
I was.
Toady and Mole said, "Sorry, man."
Something
Six is now in the lead.
that's become a big problem with LeMans Ultimate. I think between GT7, ACC, and LeMans Ultimate, I've noticed 3 different patterns. GT7, you guys heard me say it so many times. Those guys over there are outright dirty. The GT7 drivers are the dirtiest that I've ever seen across any sim. They will ram you with the intentions of knocking you off the track. They will basically T-bone you in an effort to try to pinball off of you so they can come into a corner full speed and still stay on the track while sending you off the track. And their horrific penalty system does nothing to mitigate any of that shit. Then there's ACC with the low fuel
Leader has just
motorsports.
done a 138.15. Okay, it's over. Bloody awful result, mate.
Then there's ACC with low fuel motorsports. The problem with that was the dive bombing. You have these guys that already have their mind made up. They are going to dive bomb a corner. And if they hit you, they will send you a message apologizing, saying I missed my break point, or I did this, I made that mistake. But the bottom line is the apologetic message was sent in the hopes that you won't report them. And then there's LeMans Ultimate. The biggest problem I see with LeMans Ultimate in terms of, malicious driving, if somebody gets knocked off the track, they don't do an unsafe rejoin. They see a car coming and they'll pull right in front of him and cause you to run into them just so they can ruin your race too. Their race is in the shitter, so they want to take somebody down with them. Crabs in a bucket. And I got to take a look at the replay, but it almost looked like somebody went off the track. And they did it with the intention of pulling back on the track and ruining somebody else's race. Let's look at this replay.
Toady and Mole said, I recommend doing some league racing. There is normally repercussions for bad driving.
Yeah, I mean, I've been told that quite a bit over the years, but the competitor in me, always likes to do the daily races.
Toady and Mole said, well done for not cursing. I would have for a first corner incident.
This stuff is, with LeMans Ultimate, this stuff is starting to become a common thing, unfortunately. It's gotten to the point where, now cussing doesn't even do anything anymore. It just sucks the life out of you. Oh, that idiot in the red Ferrari. Oh, not this dude again. Nope, it wasn't him. So this guy right here, I think somebody clipped him and sent him off the track right into me. That yellow Porsche. Whoa. So that red Ferrari is not his fault. So right here, this C.A. Ladines. It was him. Got bumped. He got bumped right there. Oh. No.
Toady and Mole said, Terra Blur rejoined by the porch.
So at first, I thought it was a case. I thought this yellow Porsche clipped this red Ferrari and then sent him right over here into me. It turns out that this guy here in the Iron Dames Porsche, he was on the grass, and it looks to me like he was coming off the grass, and this guy in the red Ferrari tried to move over. My guess is to either give him space or avoid hitting him. And right here in front of this yellow Porsche and just got clipped. So I think it all started with this guy right here in the Iron Dames. He was on the grass. I think he should have backed off. No? Looking at it from his standpoint, the way that red Ferrari cut across the track, it looked to me like he originally tried to avoid it. Right there. Look how hard he's cutting across the track. The Porsche actually goes into the grass trying to avoid the Ferrari. And then the Ferrari tries to cut back outside. And then that yellow Porsche just refused to move.
Toady and Mole said, it's the yellow Porsche cutting across the track.
From my standpoint, so here's the Ferrari. So this Ferrari right here to my right looks to me like he swung to the outside right here. And to me, it looked like he had his mind made up that he was going to stay on the racing line and not be mindful of the cars around him. And then it looked like he was about to slam into that Porsche. and then he swung back over this way for whatever reason. He's right here on the edge. Look how far he cuts over there. I mean, he cut all the way across the track. This Porsche tries to avoid him. So from what I'm seeing, this Ferrari was all over the place. It looked at me like he cut all the way across the track trying to get back on the racing line. Everybody's swerving to try to avoid that car.
Toady and Mole said, "Yeah, you are right, what a mess."
Mm-hmm. So right here, in my opinion, he shouldn't have cut across the track like the way he did. This red Ferrari. Okay, so he's trying to avoid that yellow Porsche, and look how far he cuts across the track. And he's headed right for the racing line. Now he wants to swing back to the outside. So I guess you could make a case that it starts with this yellow Porsche trying to get back on the track. Wasn't being aware of the car next to him. He just had his mind made up that he was going to jump back on the track. He forced that Ferrari over. And so this Ferrari, instead of moving over a little bit, he cut all the way across the track and nearly pushed that Iron Dame's Porsche off the track. Then, for whatever reason, he decided he wanted to come back to the left instead of staying inside where he was already at. And when he came back to the left, he basically cut in front of this yellow Porsche, who, once he got back on the track, he got on his line and he wasn't
Toady
moving.
and Mole said, "Normally I have had bad experience with the blue Ferraris. Whenever I see them, I stay well away."
I don't know. This saying who I have, saying the bad luck that I have, wouldn't be a good look for me to explain it. So. Cuts back across. It's hard to put the blame squarely on one person because You know what? Let me go inside the cockpit of this Porsche. Cause I want to see if he could see that Ferrari coming back across the track. You know what? I'm gonna run it in real time too. No. The reason I say that, if you look at it in real time, look straight ahead and don't look to the left or the right. Right there. If I have to assume that he's not in VR, he wouldn't have seen that Ferrari coming until it's too late. That's where, with me being in VR, I have the advantage. But then again,
Dale Rodman Jr. 3 said, out of nowhere, sheesh.
Looking at it through the windshield, yes, that Ferrari came out of nowhere.
Toady and Mole said, there's a radar, they should all see what's going on, especially when there is an incident.
I was just about to say that from the windshield point of view, that Ferrari came out of nowhere, but he should have been aware that that Ferrari was there because of the radar. And I got clipped from the back, so I never seen it coming. I mean, the cars didn't even show up on the radar until like a millisecond before they hit me. Headed right for me. Never seen it coming. So this is what it looked like inside of my car. Right there, I seen the wreck. Barely avoided him. Right there, never seen it coming. So where is he?
Toady and Mole said, you nearly escaped, it was so close.
Yeah. I need to take a look at this one more time.
Dale Rodman Jr. 3 said, rough one.
Yeah.
Makes the good one sweeter.
So right there, that, like, okay. So I could probably put a little bit of blame on this red Ferrari for his erratic driving, the way he cut all the way across the track. And so this Porsche was aware of where he was at because he drove up on the grass thinking that Ferrari was going to hit him. Look at that right there. And then the Ferrari made a little, the Porsche made a little bit of a swerve trying to avoid him. So let me see. So he was probably using his radar. So let me go inside of his car. So he sees him right there. Looking out the windshield, you don't see that Ferrari coming until it's too late. So my guess is he was using his radar. He saw he saw this Ferrari coming with his radar, and he's up on the grass trying to avoid him. And then after nearly running into this Porsche right here, he decides to swing back to the left on a right-hand corner. So keep the eye on the red Ferrari. Right there, cuts across, then swings back to the left. So I think the blame starts with that red Ferrari. Erratic driving, cut all the way across the track. He spooked this Porsche and then swerved all the way back to the left, right in front of that yellow Porsche. I didn't even see what happened to him. Oh, he just lost it. So if I had to put a blame on somebody, it's that red Ferrari right there, his erratic driving. Cuts across there, swings back. So I'm gonna try to give him the benefit of the doubt. This red Ferrari, let's go back. I'm gonna try to give him the benefit of the doubt. So right there, when the Porsche came back on the track, and I could put some of the blame on him. Because if he's using his radar, he knows that Ferrari is right there. But he went ahead and jumped back on the track anyway. So I'm going to try to give this red Ferrari the benefit of the doubt. He saw this Porsche, swerved all the way across the track to avoid him, then probably seen this car in his radar and started cutting back to the left, totally forgetting that this car was here. All right, cuts over here. Boys, this one cuts back. at this point, I even have to take back what I said about this red Ferrari with the erratic driving. I think maybe he saw that yellow Porsche to his left at the last second with the radar, and he cut all the way. He basically swerved to the right to avoid him. And then I think as soon as he did that, then maybe he saw the the Iron Dame's Porsche pop up on the radar to his right, and then swung back to the left and forgot about the Porsche that he originally swerved to avoid. So me, I guess I mean, I'm furious about what happened. I mean, even though I'm not really blowing up, yelling and cussing and shit like that, because all that stuff's out of my system. I mean, now, like, whenever something happens like that, you just see me drop my head and just stay silent for a couple of minutes, because I'm basically saying, what else is new? Excuse me. So, as much as I'd like to put the blame on somebody, as much as I'd like to report somebody, I think this is just a case of me being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, and as much as I'd like to get on the yellow Porsche for what I originally looked like an unsafe rejoin, from his standpoint, he might have thought it was clear to get back on.
Toady and Mole said, "Yup, but it still sucks."
Yeah. So this Porsche right here, I think it started with him going off the track. The way he rejoined, I'm gonna say that he spooked that Ferrari next to him, spooked him right over to the Porsche on his right, and then that Porsche spooked him right back to the left into the path of this car. Honestly, I don't think he made a blatant rejoin. So let me go back inside his car again. Even with the radar, I mean, that Ferrari cut back in front of him so fast that even with the radar, he probably didn't have time to react, because, I mean, shit, you seen how quick that Ferrari came out of nowhere right in front of this windshield. And then me, I thought I was free and clear. Next thing you know, my car spun around. So I'm just gonna look straight ahead and not look to my left and my right, because I'm treating this like flat screen. So in my case, with me using VR and being able to look all the way around and still paying attention to the radar, a lot of times I avoid this type of shit. But me, I got hit because I thought I was clear. And go back inside my car, I thought I was clear. All right, we're inside my car now. So I'm looking around right there, and I see the wreck. I'm seeing that Ferrari right there. I'm looking at that gray Ferrari, and my thinking is I'm gonna get back behind that gray Ferrari and get into the slipstream, and then start trying to walk these guys down. But no. That gray Ferrari right there. I'm looking to get back on the race line and get behind him and start slipstreaming him. Oh, no. I looked all the way to my right. There's no way. There was no way I could have seen that. All right, so I'm going to look all the way to my right here. Nah. Looking all the way to my right, there was no way I could have seen that. So again, that silver Ferrari right there, I'm looking at him, looking to get behind him and start slipstreaming him. Whack! Just that quick. Well, I guess we can back out and see how much of a hit I'm going to take as far as rank goes, because that is back-to-back quits, back-to-back DNFs.
Toady and Mole said, not a chance.
I lost 8.3%. That goes back to what Crooked GT was saying, that when you have a good race, they only give you like 2, 3, 4, 5%. When you have a bad race, it seems like they take anywhere from 10 to 15%. So I do think this ranking system, this driver rank, needs to be tweaked. I actually agree with Cryptic that with the safety rank, it's actually too easy to get safety rank. But it's that same way with LeMans, with low fuel motorsport. It's too easy to gain safety rank. All you have to do is stay clean. It doesn't matter what place you finish in. Just stay clean. Don't hit any other cars. Don't go off the track. And the thing about it is, like I've tried to tell people before, if you're concerned about getting your safety rank up, forget about your driver rank. Some people are stuck trying to get their safety rank up because they're still trying to win the race at the same time. You trying to win the race, you're gonna bump with other cars. You're gonna get in the wrecks. You're gonna spin off the track. If safety rank is the highest priority, so you can build up your safety rank, so you can do the multi-class races, like I said, put the driver rank out of your mind. Just forget about it and just stay clean, even if it means coming in last. That's kind of what I did. Once you get the platinum, like this platinum 3 that I'm at, this is the highest you can go. I have never, since I've made it to platinum 3, I have never, ever dropped below a platinum 3. Right here, this 0.9, that's probably the most you'll see me lose. Because once you build that safety rank all the way up to the top, basically you're not going to lose it. Like, even if you have a bad race, they only take a sliver from you with the safety rank, but but the driver rank, you have a bad race. I mean, they take a bone saw and cut out half your jaw.
Toady and Mole said, the other issue is you are racing with lower rank safety ratings, you should be in the lobby with matching safety.
It's hard for me to say anything about that because this is a beginner's race and you only need to be bronze. Now, I could have done this race right here. I mean, well, I don't really care for prototypes. Now, I could have done this race because you need at least a silver safety rating for this race. I could have done this race. Not as much dumb shit as you'll see in the beginners. Like, you only maybe see one or two idiots. But in those beginner races, half of them are idiots. Or you could do this WEC experience right here.
Said, I don't mean you, I mean it should be possible to keep bronze racers with bronze.
Yeah, I get what I know exactly what you meant. The reason why I was saying that was it's a beginner's race. So, honestly speaking, if I want to go there, the blame could be put on me for even jumping in that beginner's race, knowing that half those dudes are idiots, knowing that somebody's going to die bomb, somebody's going to get spun around that's going to take out half the field. I should have known better, and I should have done a race. You know, I should have done one of the intermediate or the gold races. So right here, this WEC experience fixed. You got to have at least a gold safety rating to participate in this race. You got to have at least a silver to participate in this race. So there is a silver lining to this. I took the day off of work tomorrow because I had a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but I had to cancel it because I had some issues with my car.
Said, yeah, but GTE is so fun.
I love GTE. It's my favorite class on here. And you know something, to add on to what I was saying about that I should have done a silver race or a gold race. Part of the reason that I love the GTEs is because they don't have ABS. I'm assuming that no matter what class I'm racing in, or what safety rating, everybody driving those cars knows that it doesn't have ABS. So I'm thinking people are going to be more careful with their braking. But nope. They still shoot through there, still dive bombing, locking up wheels, taking up take half the field with them, because they missed their brake marker. Maybe I'll still do some of the beginners races, and the thing about it was that I think I brake a little bit better than, like when I do the GTE races, I usually brake better than the people in there with me. With me being in VR and being able to look around, especially with the help of the radar, I'm usually aware of all the cars around me. So unless something happens at like a millisecond right in front of me,
Stevens said, they do it in golds too.
there's idiots in
Tony
all
and
of
Mole
them, DJ. But
said,
I think the
I
higher
think it may
the
calm
higher
down
the
in
safety
time,
rating,
as
the
there is
less
a big
idiots.
influx of players at the moment.
You said I think, yeah. I mean, you could be right, Toad, because I think what we might be dealing with here, I think we still might be dealing with the fallout of ACC rejects coming over here. When this game first came out, the racing was so clean, it almost felt like a gentleman's sport. If you knew if somebody knew you were going to overtake them, they would just stay on their line and let you go around them, do whatever you're going to do. In the beginning when this game first came out, if you're ahead of somebody, the guy behind you knows you're going to get to the corner first. So he's not going to try to send it and dive underneath. He's just going to brake and follow you through the corner and try to stay with you and wait for you to go wide and then just simply drive through. But now we got all these ACC rejects in here bringing that dumb shit over here with them. So, right now with LeMans Ultimate, this game is on fire right now. This game is the hot ticket right now. This game may not have the concurrent numbers of iRacing, but it's still being seen as the best sim out there right now. I seen people that were absolute ACC diehards. They have finally converted and made LeMans Ultimate their #1 sim. People that I thought would never leave ACC.
Toady and Mole said, kind looks like GT7 drivers at the moment.
Hey, some GT7 drivers have come over here. Like the Key 25 built this channel off of GT7. You can see it. You can see it with his demeanor. Like up here, he's done with GT7. LeMans Ultimate is his favorite race. And I give him credit for being honest. He says he felt that LeMans Ultimate is the best sim out there right now. He's having the most fun with it. And despite the wrecks that he's been involved in, he likes the intensity of LeMans Ultimate. And he feels like it's like really rewarding when you do well on LeMans Ultimate. But he also said that I still have to stream GT7. That's what I built my channel off of. And YouTube is my job now. This is how I make my money. This is how I feed my family. So, and he said it on more than one occasion that he would rather have less viewers playing a game that he enjoys instead of having more viewers playing a game that he's not enjoying. And, I mean, shit, I left, I don't know how long it's been since I left GT7. I think it might be like 8 months or something like that since I left GT7. But GT7 was never my main sim though. I continued to stream GT7 because during the last generation on the PS4, I was playing GT Sport in VR when it didn't have multiplayer races, where the VR was just time trials, where it's just me on the track.
Toady and
There
Mole
were still people watching that.
said, the best respectful driving I have is always with league/community races.
You're absolutely right about that. But it's something about the daily races and me wanting to compete against the best of the best, I won, like, let's go to my stats real quick. Which I'm no longer silver. So you guys see here, I've done a total of 365 races. I've only won 6 of them. Look how many DNFs I got. 63 DNFs. But the 6 wins that I got, one of them came from top split.
Toady and Mole said, "You get aliens in league races too."
True. So the one race that I won from top split, I think I came into that session ranked like number 4, and I won the race. My pace wasn't alien pace, but it was still decent that day. And it felt very rewarding to win a race in top split. I think the other races that I've won, I was like, I think I might have been in second, third, split, whatever. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and grab a bite to eat, because I definitely don't have it in me to do another race. I think one of the options that I could do tomorrow with the dailies is participate in this race right here. You got to have at least silver safety rank to participate in this race. So, yeah, there will be some bullshit in the race, but it'll be less bullshit than the beginners.
Toady and Mole said, "Trust me, it's just as rewarding with leagues too. Plus you can chat to each other about the race and review it together."
Yeah, I see what you're saying about the leagues. And here's another thing about leagues. You know, now that I stop and think about it, one of the biggest reasons why I haven't joined leagues is scheduling conflicts. Who's TJ Simmons? That's obviously one of them. Oh, no. Okay, no, I don't know who that is. But I had joined a league on ACC before a few years ago. And that league was in the UK, which they were 5 hours ahead of me. They did their league, which it started right as I'm walking out of work. So by the time I got home from work, the race was already underway. So I ended up having to drop out of that league, but I stayed on like as an alternate where, okay, if I happen to have this day off and you guys got a spot open, I'll join.
Toady and Mole said, "Fair enough, I understand that."
So, but you're right though. I would probably see the least amount of bullshit on the league. But yeah, I'd have to say scheduling, and then with me being in America, like the majority of the people on LeMans Ultimate.
Toady and Mole said, "I am in the UK. Which league?"
This, like the league that I was talking about, this was a few years ago, on ACC. You know, my friend Chris Tedder, He's a streamer too on both YouTube and Twitch, and I think their league was called the Amigos. But yeah, the UK is 5 hours ahead of us. So like right now it's going on 11:30 p.m. Eastern time, and I believe right now it would be 4:30 in the morning in the UK. So I believe, prime time in the UK. I'm either still at work or I'm just walking out of work. So if I were to join a league, I would probably have to try to find one that operates on Eastern time, because if I was to join a league this based out of the UK, there's going to be a scheduling conflict because of the time difference. Oh boy, there's rain in this race. It starts out wet and then dries out.
Toady and Mole said, "Yup, 4:30 a.m."
So I could do this race, and then that's like so with me not being at work tomorrow, when I wake up, say about 7 in the morning, it's noon in the UK, and then when I hop on LeMans Ultimate, that almost seemed to be like you could almost say prime time. That seems to be when it's the busiest. So I could possibly, when I get up in the morning, I could possibly do this race. It's a 1 hour race. You gotta have gold.
Toady and Mole said, "I have not done a wet race yet in Lemieux."
I've done a few of them. The problem with a wet race is when it doesn't rain throughout the entire race. It goes from wet to stop, and then after a couple of laps, you start to see the racing lines start to dry up on the track. And so if you're still on wets, you got to get off of the racing line so you don't burn up the tires. But you're going to lose a lot of time to the guys that are on the racing line. And then, especially if I don't have any weather reports, I have to make a decision whether to stay on the wets or not. So races like this, 1 hour, no rain scheduled, yeah, I can do that. So I'm starting to yawn here. I'm getting to the point where I feel myself yawning every 5 minutes. So even if I wanted to do another one, I couldn't because the focus wouldn't be there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. And, as far as me getting caught up in that wreck, yeah, if this would have happened 6 months ago, a year ago, I would have exploded. I mean, I would have been seeing red. I would have been raging out, all kinds of shit. But this is getting to be all too common in Le Mans Ultimate. So whenever it happens, I just shake my head and from there either decide whether I want to finish the race or not.
Toady and Mole said, "That sounds fun. Tough strategy stuff."
Yep, definitely. So thank you all for watching, everybody. An absolute disastrous night. 3 races, 2 DNFs. Just hope the next one turns out better. And we will see you for that one. And all right, I think I'm gonna kick up my feet and watch some YouTube and see who's racing and sit back and watch them. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
Said, "Have a good night. Keep up the racing. I am sure Lemieux will get better again."
It's definitely going to get better again. There's peaks and valleys with sim racing. So just call tonight a valley. Hope we see a peak tomorrow. All right, folks. Until the next one, you all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king. And Deuces. Peace. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you.